Hello everyone. After the last week's discussion, I was, thinking about how we always talk about the things like overload and specificity, but we don't really talk about what they actually those things are based on. What is the base of it? So, if you look deeper, human movement is built on basic science. For example, we see stuff like force and motion, like from physics, how it really affects our movement, the lift and the train. And then from biology side, things like we see homeostasis and adaptation. These are huge. Like, our body is always trying to stay balanced, and when we train, we kind of disturb that balance, so that our body adapts and gets stronger and stronger. That's basically why training even works. Like, it really works, right? So when it comes to, yeah, evidence based versus principle based, I feel like we hear way more about evidence based, just because it is easier to show. Like, studies, we say data, results, they are more kind of visible, and just easier to explain and everything. Principle, at the other side, I are just kind of always in the background. Like, we don't really talk about them that much, we talk about the evidence based things. So, but if we see honestly, evidence tell us what really works, but principles really explain us, like, why the things works. I think it is just as important as we see evidence based and everything. And for something to become a scientific principle, I think it has to be proven again and again. Not just one study, but multiple studies showing the same thing. That I feel is correct, and it should apply in different situation, not just in one particular case. Once it is consistent and widely accepted, that's when it becomes a principle, right? Like, so overall, I don't think it is about choosing one over other or anything. Like, they kind of go together, I would say. Principle give us the foundation, and on the other side, evidence help us to tell us, like, how to really apply it in the real life actually. So that was my point of view for this particular discussion. Yeah, thank you.